Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. The goal of this channel is to get you in the group of people that actually make money in crypto. Because the fact is that 90% of everyone investing in crypto lose money, and I want to change that. And hopefully I want to get you in the group of people that make life-changing gains. Now I can't be more bullish, and I really believe this is the best opportunity for the average person to change their financial future. That being said, how is it that 90% of everyone lose money? Well, I believe it's misinformation, and they run with the 90% crowd. But the biggest reason is, for some reason, they don't want to take profits. Now, I want to share with you what I do, and I'm going to show you some real life examples of what I did. But this is not to brag or anything else, because I have lost some money in more than one token. No ifs and buts about it. But I play the downside, and I always leave money on the table. But when I zoom out, and I look at my portfolio, anytime I took profits early, I'm always happy, say 2 months later, if not 2 hours later. So I want to walk you through some things, and do with this information as you will, but guys, this will truly help you. Now, there's two things I want to talk to you about before we get into this video. Is, first of all, I personally know about 20 people that have made life-changing gains already in this crypto market. And they have already taken out enough money to be extremely successful for this bull run, and they're probably not going to put it back in. So altcoin season is going to be immensely good for them no matter what, because guys, they took profits for the last 3 years, 3.5 years, and they have way more money, even taking the full risk out. They have way more money starting altcoin season, whether we have it or not, than they would have if they hadn't have had the strategy they did. So I want you to think about that. And then I want you to go back and think about how you're doing. How many times you saw your portfolio start to go up, just like the last 3 weeks. We have been doing well, and then now this is our first down week for the most part across the board, right? And you didn't take any profits. Now, I also want you to think about, if you've done any long-term research, guys, back in 2017, a monkey could get rich in crypto with $1,000. If he had $10,000, he would make an immense amount of money just by any of the top 10, and they did like a 45x on average. There was no competition. You're competing against the bit boys of the world. There was no sophisticated Wall Street guys. There were no big whales dumping on you. Most of them didn't even have perpetuals to short. And then you move into 2021, it got a little more competitive, and a couple of big whales and some of the influencers got smarter and started dumping on the communities and all that. But fast forward to this bull run, man, some of the smartest, most sophisticated traders on the planet are in here extracting money from the dumb money. And I say that with love, but that's retail. That's the hodlers. That's the people that don't understand the game. Right? Guys, the pie is only so big, whether you're looking at the major asset pie. If there's, I don't know, let's just say there's going to be $500 billion worth of profit pulled out for the entire 4-year cycle. How much did you grab? Guys, it's like a massive pie. The people grabbing handfuls and mouthfuls of that pie are extracting. That pie doesn't come back by. You have to understand that, guys. Now, after I walk you through this, guys, bear with me, because for you hodlers, are the people that want to hold a long time or think your favorite token's going to whatever profit point, you need to understand why I do what I do. And again, guys, if you're doing well and killing it, keep your strategy. But if not, you might want to at least hear me out. Now, I'm going to walk you through a bunch of charts. These are all tokens I've owned. I've done really well with some, okay with the others, left some money on the table with a few of them as well. But I want you to understand why I do what I do, right? Because a lot of people in crypto, they want to find the bottom of their favorite tribal token and say, oh, look at this, it went from here to there. But they don't want to talk about the history of the token. They don't want to talk about the people buying the top. They want to pick and choose bottoms and tops, and they don't want to talk about tokenomics. We're going to cover all that, guys, and I promise you this is going to give you a better thought process to build a good strategy to take profits and capitalize on this opportunity. All right. I'm not even going to name the tokens because it's irrelevant. It's the concept. But here's why I constantly get my initial investment out, take handfuls, and I play the downside, not the upside. This token I bought early on, one of my best videos, one of my best picks. It did like a 68x, and I personally caught about a 42 to 45x out of it. I bought the absolute bottom, and if I would have knew how to buy the nodes, which I made a video telling people to buy the nodes, they made life-changing gains. But this is what happened to me. I started dollar cost averaging out, and I left about, I think, 10 or 15% in. I didn't catch any of this top. You know, I said, I'm just going to keep it and let it ride. Well, guess what, guys? Look where it is now. Thank goodness. Now, I didn't catch it all. I could have done a lot better, but that's the part, guys. When the token's right here, you don't get hindsight. Hindsight's perfect. We would all be billionaires. When it got right here, I'm happy. When it got right here, I'm starting to get thinking about dumping everything. Wish I would have. When it was right here, I'm okay with that. I wasn't thinking, oh, what a stupid move. But then, guys, I got hacked. So they took my last 10 or 15%, whatever I had. But even if I wouldn't, guys, I don't think this token's going to make a new all-time high. Glad I did what I did. Now think about all the people that bought this token. It was a heck of a project. And actually disappointed in it. But imagine these guys buying all the way up. Dead in the water. All right, this is another project. I stacked all during the bear way down here. And I wasn't taking profits down here because I wasn't even thinking about that. I had a different concept. But guys, I rode this thing up to like a 6x. I lost that. Not lost. I left a lot of money on the table. But I made like a 6x. And it crashed. I started stacking it again. And I don't remember another 2 or 3x. And it started crashing again. And you know what I said? Because things have changed. I'm going to leave it alone. I don't own stacks anymore. It was great to me. But imagine me holding all down in here, watching all that money. Heck, I think that's a 22x from top to bottom. I'd be all the way back, missed all of that. And now, guys, I don't know if it's going to make a new all-time high. Glad I'm out of it. Things have changed. Caspa. I was a little late to the party. I bought a little bit at like down in here at 6 cents. And I stacked a little more, I believe, if I remember right, like at 10 cents. And guys, I sold, long story short, at 12 and 15 cents. I didn't really make any good money. But it was okay. But guys, look what it did since then. It fell way down. And I don't know what it's going to do. I'm still bullish on it, not stacking any more Caspa. But here's the deal. And this is what people don't understand when I get all the crazy comments. Oh, I bet you wish you would have held on. Guys, what do you think I did with those profits for the last 7, 8, 9 months? I put that money to work. See, that's what people don't want to do. They want to, complain and say, oh, you messed up, or you should have done this, you should have done that, what if you'd have done this? Guys, we don't get to compare futures. We compared the day we pulled the trigger, both buying and selling. But guys, there's an opportunity cost, right? Like some of the favorite tokens out there haven't made a new all-time high in 8 years. A lot of them. 90% of most tokens don't make a new all-time high in the second bull run. What about those people who bought the top and then held on for 5 years and it doesn't make a new all-time high? They don't even get their money back. All right, Superverse. Stacked and stacked and stacked. One of my best by far deals for the most part. I made a 3.5x, sold early, guys. It ripped another 3.5x. I'm not kidding you, the day I sold it. But I bought it back and made it like another 3.5x. Sold it. And now I stacked it down in here, and I stacked it in here. And if it pulls back a little bit more, I'm going to stack some more because I believe it's going to make, it may not make a new all-time high for its history, but it's going to make a new all-time high in this bull run. So I'm still stacking it, but I'm stacking it with more money. So think about it, guys. If me and a guy just like me put in, say, 10,000 down here, and he just held it, he's up maybe, what, 30%, 40%? Hasn't even doubled his money. Or what would it? Let's see. No, he's actually still doing okay. But imagine pulling out a 6X and still being better off with, 6X better off than that guy. Now, this used to be one of my biggest bags. I bought it way down here at 4 and 5 cents. And guys, I got tired of the bad tokenomics and the BS and the CEO, so I dumped it early. I left a lot of money on the table. But guess what? 2 months later, it dropped 80%. But now look at this. This gets into tokenomics. And bear with me, guys, because I'm going to give you a video and someone to listen to that's all this is going to make sense. You want to talk about bad tokenomics? This is why. And this is what this whole video is really about. Look at that. This project has done phenomenal. Look at that if that was your token. See if it had good tokenomics, if that was Bitcoin or Ethereum or any project that has good tokenomics, that would be the money you made. But let's back up. No all-time high. And you're probably not going to get an all-time high. Doesn't make sense. But bear with me because this is going to make sense. That's what this video is all about. Look at the price of this project. I owned it, sold it early. Okay, I moved on. Look at the market cap. This thing has done immensely well. But not if you owned it. Look at that. But I want you to look back and remember this chart, guys. When these things rip, they're more like commodities. They're more like orange juice or lumber. They don't stay up. They're not Amazon or Tesla or Google or Microsoft. You don't see these things just going left to right. All right, now here's what I want you to really understand. And I got to give a shout out to Gerard. He does a lot of data. But guys, if you don't understand tokenomics, or if you're looking to hodl, you have to understand this because it's almost a guarantee. Closest thing you're going to get, especially in crypto, to a guarantee that a project with bad tokenomics is going to crash and it may not ever come back. And this, he's going to explain it to you right here, and then we'll talk a little more. Check this out.
The general problem with crypto as a whole is that there's more and more token emissions. So a lot of projects launch and the founders want to pay themselves, the early investors, the venture capitalists want to pay themselves. Maybe there was also some marketing expenses, so some YouTubers might get an allocation and then sell the token. And the retail investors have to support all of that selling for the prices to stay stable. This here is the weekly token emissions of the entire altcoin market that's tracked on this website, tokenomics.ai, and it's pretty much above $600 or at least $500 million every single week. If the inflows into crypto are slower than that, then the altcoins have to go down, at least relatively speaking. For example,
all right, guys, I want you to think about what he said. $500 to $600 million get dumped on. That is the foundations and the companies and the insiders and the developers and the early investors and the VCs extracting that kind of money. So think about that, guys. We're in the middle of a bull market and we still have had horrible, horrific weeks of down days. They don't care. They allocate, it's free money. They basically create this money out of thin air and dump on people, right? Think about a company, and they're the worst because the foundations don't normally dump on you for a Learjet, right? But look at the companies and look at the founders that are billionaires. Look what they do. They create this ungodly supply, and then when they need a new jet, they just dump on their community that don't understand tokenomics. They have a law, they got to pay their lawyers. They just dump on you, right? If they want to buy a new company and make more money, they dump on you. So what happens is in the bear market, guys, they're still going to have those wants and needs. They want to pay their salary. They want to go public, which is a new thing now. They got lawyers to pay. They got guys, you can't even imagine I bet it costs $25 million to do the paperwork to go public. You think they're going to write the check out of theirs when they can just dump on whatever community it is? So see, guys, you have to understand, if you got two projects, and I don't ever hear anyone talking about that like it doesn't exist, and I don't understand it. It's because if I got two twin projects, they're identical. One has tokenomics like Caspa, but they're identical. And one has tokenomics like, say, XRP. One, and they're both going to be amazing. They're amazing. The one like Caspa, the people that invest in that is probably going to do immensely well, because it has good tokenomics. There's no free Learjets. They make money all the way up, but so does the community. Now, a community can make a little, but most of these projects are set up to either totally just take advantage of you or give you enough money and profit along the way to stay hopeful. That's just a fact. But that's why Bitcoin is the GOAT, guys. People don't understand. They don't understand why, if Bitcoin can go to, 300,000, a million, 10 million like they're talking about, why can't my favorite tokens? Because, guys, there's only 22 million. Actually, it's probably going to end up being around 18 million tokens, period. 18 million. Other projects have 100 billion compared to 22 million. Some of them have trillions. Some of them have unlimited supply. They can just print. They want a Lambo. Print me some tokens. Throw it out to the market. Tokenomics matter, guys. Market cap matters too. But there's nothing more important than tokenomics. And crypto is set up to make money off people who don't understand tokenomics. Period. Among other things. But it's too easy. Think about it, guys. Me and you want to get rich and rug pull, right? Build a sexy story. Or heck, even if we want to be legit, we create a pile of tokens, 100 billion tokens. I give you 10 billion. I get 10 billion. Joe gets 10 billion. And then we just put it out there and we sell our sexy story. The thing gets some adoption, get some news, get a buzz, get a tribe. It starts pumping. Man, we don't care. We'll dump at 10 cents. We'll dump at $10. We don't care. But the higher it goes, the more we're going to dump. And we could care less about the community. And maybe we make it, maybe we don't. It doesn't matter. Tokenomics, guys, you got to understand it because it's not equal. It's not an equal playing field. The money that gets extracted, guys, this is a blood sport. If someone pulls out, and I want you to think about this, when you find out these foundations and these companies are dumping hundreds of millions of tokens, guys, it's a blood sport. If I make $1 million, how many people had to get wrecked to give me my $1 million? So when a company or a foundation pulls out $3 billion in 90 days, how many people in that tribe had to get wrecked? Almost all of them. Anyway, guys, if you need some help with your portfolio and getting a game plan to take profits, I have a portfolio course, the 18 videos. It walks you through everything you need to know, from tokenomics to comparing projects to market cap to dollar cost averaging in and out, everything to get a game plan. And it's only $250. Now, I also do Zoom 3, and it comes with a Zoom call where we go through your portfolio. But I also do have a package with 3 Zoom calls. We talk about anything you want. I have a shorting course. And guys, I'm here to tell you, the people that want to rack up in crypto, that know how to short in the bear, I mean, heck, it's amazing in the bull. But know how to short in the bear, that's where the money's at. I truly believe that. And then I have an inner circle. So guys, if you need some help, reach out. I'll pin it in the comments and leave a link down below. That being said, guys, whether you take me up on any of that or not, study up on tokenomics. Ask Grok about your favorite token and be direct and blunt. Say, hey, Grok, this is my favorite token, but Uncle Ray told me that it has bad tokenomics and it's probably going to crash in the bear market. Why is that? Because in the bear market, guys, they're going to keep dumping, and there's no one there to take up the slack. They don't care. They'll sell it at pocket change. They got basically billions of tokens. It doesn't matter. It's all profit. But anyway, guys, remember this. If you don't take profits, you'll become the profits. And also, last thing, if the majority were right, guys, the majority would be rich. So when you stand around and you just go video after influencer after video, and influencers telling you the same thing, they're probably teaching you how to be in that 90% club. I want to change that. All right, hit that like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you agree? Do you understand tokenomics? Hit me up. But either way, guys, come back, be part of this community. Subscribe. And guys, I'm bullish. Take care.